Welcome to MINDSHOck Sports. This is your host, Bruce McGuire, and today we are logically analyzing the greatest fraud in the history of combat sports. Ronda Rousey faces off against GINA Carano, who was once dubbed the face of women's MMA, the true pioneer of American MMA. Unlike the fraud Rousey, she likes to take credit, but obviously GINA paved the way all the way. And actually, neither one of these women, well, obviously, Ronda cannot lay claim to being the greatest female fighter of all time, let alone the greatest MMA fighter of all time, period, regardless of gender, like she cluelessly has claimed in the past. I mean, she was never even top 10, possibly not top 20 ever. So I remember reading a comment. Someone said it was just she was trailer trash that got lucky, and that's kind of an apt description. A lot to go over here. We'll be going over whether that's true or not true with all of the exact terms. I've gone over the fraud that is Rousey many times with all the receipts, but I'll provide them all again for any new listeners here who think I'm just making stuff up. As always, if you enjoy the podcast, want to help support the podcast, help logic and reason to return to a world where it is quickly going extinct, perhaps never evidenced more aptly than Ronda Rousey ever being famous in any way. You can donate to our PayPal. Check the link in the description. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share to Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, and Patreon. You can also become a YouTube member right here on YouTube. Help support the channel that way. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share Twitter. Okay. So, first of all, before we pick a winner here, because this is going to be interesting. Before we pick a winner or likelihood of victory, because this is tough, let's first look at the true candidate for the greatest of all time. So, this is Megumi Fujii, who is probably not just the main pioneer of women's MMA in the world, not just in the West. But, it's kind of hard to argue against her being the greatest of all time. Now, obviously, her weight class is much lighter. She's 115 pounds. So she's 52 years old right now, quite a bit older than both Rousey and Carano. But without Fujii, there's probably no women's MMA. I don't know. I guess you could say it would have happened anyway. So her record is 26-3. 26-3. Her first fight, August 5th, 2004. Now, by comparison, GINA Carano actually had, I believe she had the first sanctioned MMA fight June 10th, 2006. So 2 years after. 2 years after. So Fujii is also a medalist in Sambo, Jiu-Jitsu, and ADCC submission grappling. So quite decorated. Quite decorated. She was national Japanese Sambo champion and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champion. And she got second place 4 times at the Sambo World Championships. And 2006 Pan American Jiu-Jitsu champion as well. 2-time champion. Bronze 2003, gold 2004, gold 2006. So, the true female pioneer internationally. And what a record. What a record. 26-3. Never been finished. So you want to talk about combat sports icons, legends, whatever. I mean, it's so laughable that people call Ronda the Fraud Rousey a legend. I mean, she was champion against a bunch of part-time soccer moms, but there's a laundry list of fighters that would have destroyed her. That I don't want to say it was, well, certain things might have been fixed, but it was just by sheer luck that she didn't fight. Well, probably sheer cowardice that she never fought Cyborg, because Cyborg was in her organization and in her division. Because Rousey actually started at 145 in MMA, and Rousey actually competed at the Olympics at 154 pounds. So she competed heavier than Carano ever did, and then that Cyborg ever did. But anyway, one step at a time here. So, Fuji competed earlier than all of them and has more fights than both of them. And, I mean, it's kind of hard to argue the exact record, because obviously Carano's record is better than Rousey's, and Rousey has some sketchy fights. So she's got the early stoppage against Sarah McMahon, which Sarah McMahon was shooting for a takedown when the ref stopped the fight. I mean, that kind of shady business. I mean, there's so much shady business with her fights. And then also Zingano never tapped. So Zingano probably beats Rousey 9 out of 10 times, if not 99 out of 100 times. So she got lucky there. And she's fighting specimens like Betch Kohea while ducking all of these other fighters that would have wrecked her, because Nunes was fighting the whole time. And the luck factor really comes in against Miesha Tate, who Miesha Tate has all the tools to beat Rousey. Now, I don't know, maybe I'll say Miesha beats her 6 out of 10 times. I mean, if she had better fight IQ, it should be 9 out of 10 times, but clearly she doesn't. Horrible game plans. But a lot of these female fighters, they're just powder puff punchers. But, I mean, Shevchenko would have wrecked Rousey at any point in their careers. I mean, Holly Holm was fighting the whole time, too. So, like, it's kind of weird how people think Ronda Rousey is good or is a legitimate champion anyway. It's just weird. Because she was fighting the part-time soccer moms instead of the full-time fighters. Like Nunes, Shevchenko. Shevchenko's first MMA fight was actually in 2003. Shevchenko debuted in MMA before Carano. Just interesting factoids here. Chris Cyborg obviously would have wrecked Rousey at any point. I mean, she would have wrecked Rousey worse than she beat Carano. I mean, anybody who wasn't a powder puff puncher that had some kind of ground game would have destroyed Ronda Rousey. I mean, you also have Marloes Conan. And she actually debuted November 22nd, 2003, even before Megumi Fuji. Which is interesting. I mean, she was kind of old, obviously, later on, but... And Cyborg did beat Conan, but yeah, I mean, she was getting up there in age. And Marloes Conan, I mean, she would have just wrecked Ronda Rousey. She would have retired Rousey if they had ever fought at the beginning of Rousey's career. Imagine just if luck wasn't involved and Rousey got matched up with Cyborg, Nunes, Shevchenko, Conan, Holm at any point earlier in their careers. I mean, Rousey would have had a losing record and never sniffed a title shot. It was just, I don't want to say it was fixed, because at the very beginning, nobody knew who this fraud was. So a lot of it was just sheer luck, because most female fighters were just cans and part-time soccer moms. So statistically, it wasn't that it's not like it was unlikely for her to be matched up with part-time soccer moms. That was most female fighters were part-time soccer moms or scrubs. It's just there was at least 10, 20 fighters that would have just absolutely demolished Rousey at any point in her career. She just happened not to fight them. Welcome, Zaboy, or ya boy, Sarah Catherine CJ. Ya boy says the only logical analysis to the fight, they need money. Yes. Well, I don't know. Carano, I think, is well off through her family. Now, Ronda Rousey seems to be legitimately mentally disabled. So when you gaslight a retard, I'm not blaming her. I'm not blaming Ronda Rousey. When you gaslight a retarded person into thinking they're the greatest, especially if it's a retarded narcissist like Ronda, she's gonna believe it. She's gonna believe it. CJ says, I didn't follow it, but it seemed like she just got in early before there was much competition developed. Not quite true, CJ. I mean, for the average fighter, yes. But, like, I just listed a ton of fighters that would have wrecked Rousey at any point in their careers. Shevchenko, Chris Cyborg, Marloes Conan, Holly Holm, Nunes, they were all around the entire time. She just happened not to fight them. Zingano definitely beats her 9 out of 10 times. And Zingano never even tapped. I mean, I think Sarah McCann beats Ronda Rousey 9 out of 10 times, or 8 out of 10 times, when the ref's not stopping the fight while McMahon is shooting in on Rousey. I mean, I don't know who watched that fight and thought it wasn't a complete fraud. It was insane. It was insane. That was like the beginning of the fraud. I was actually going to put my life savings on Holly Holm against Ronda Rousey if I didn't think the refs were corrupt. Because after watching the Sarah McCann fight, I just did not trust the refs. But yeah, Nunes was there the whole time. Holm was there the whole time. Cyborg was there the whole time. Marloes Conan was there the whole time. Shevchenko was there the whole time. All these full-time fighters, they would, I mean, even some of these the bigger Japanese fighters, they would have all destroyed Ronda as well. They're submission grapplers. They would have wrecked Ronda Rousey. Ronda probably would have had better, I mean, I don't know if I could say she had better striking. Let's get the goated GIF here. Well, actually, let's go to Exhibit A real quick. This, for the people that think Ronda Rousey is actually good, here she is getting wrecked by a no-name high school kid. I mean, can you imagine any kind of male Olympian getting wrecked by a high school kid? I mean, that's just crazy. I mean, here's Ronda getting ragdolled like a redheaded stepchild by a high school kid. This is Olympian Ronda Rousey. I mean, he's obviously not even trying, but... And this is training, so... I mean, I don't know how hard Ronda's going, but clearly, I mean, she's a narcissist, so she doesn't like... She obviously doesn't like to lose in any way, but... And you can see her getting frustrated, because this is a high school kid. And this is a wrestler. And he's just having his way with her. Easily, like a child. And he's obviously not even going all out. I mean, look how easily he just took her back. Like candy from a baby. This is an Olympian? This is an Olympian? I mean, come on. Come on, like a child. Like a flailing child. She can do nothing to him. This is a high school kid. Oh, man. I mean, how is this fraud famous in any way? It's just by sheer luck that she just wasn't matched up with any full-time fighters during her rise. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, any of the women who did judo that had decent striking, I mean, they would have just absolutely wrecked Ronda Rousey. I mean, if you look up some of the international full-time fighters, some of the Russians, I mean, I would put money on any of these full-time fighters beating Rousey. I don't know if Ronda Rousey was ever top 20. I don't know. Some people might find that controversial. I don't know. And then, of course, Kayla Harrison. I mean, Ronda Rousey got out of Dodge when Kayla Harrison came around, and Harrison beat Rousey at judo as well. But that's just a good example of how... Yeah, I don't think Ronda was ever top 20. I mean, I think Cindy Dandoy, or Dandoy, whatever her name, she fought... Kayla Harrison just beat her 2 fights ago, but she's in her 40s now. She's like 40-something. She actually beat Marloes Conan. So, like, and she's a full-time fighter. She's been fighting... so, she came around a little bit later, Cindy Dandoy. There was actually also a fighter... I mean, I don't think she was that... Karina Dam, also. Good striker back in the day. I don't know how much MMA fights she had. I mean, there were just so many full-time female fighters. They would have all beaten Rousey. I mean, lighter weight class fighters would have also beaten Rousey. I mean, yeah. I mean, pretty much, it's just so weird. Let me see when Karina Dam's first fight was. Oh, wow, 2004. Yeah, she started early, too. So, yeah, pretty much any of the full-time fighters would have beaten Rousey. I mean, who thinks... So, this 2006, Tanya Evinger would have probably beaten Rousey, too. I mean, any full-time fighters... I think just about any full-time fighters would have beaten Rousey. Unless their fight IQ was just real low, like Miesha Tate. Miesha Tate did beat Julie Kedzie. But I think Kedzie would have probably beaten Rousey too. She's a full-time fighter. And Kedzie started fighting in 2004. So they all started fighting early. Actually, you know who else would have beaten Rousey? Germaine de Randamie. She lost to Amanda Nunes by decision, but it was actually a pretty close fight. Yeah, she would have wrecked Rousey too. I mean, like, there's just so many fighters that would not just beat. Like, we're talking about complete destruction of Ronda Rousey, similar to Holly Holm, Amanda Nunes. Like, the only times Rousey is lost is by complete destruction, just absolute decimation, because she's kind of like an amateur level fighter with a high level armbar. Ya boy RBI says 1000% Bruce. I said this since the beginning. Rousey's the most unathletic, uncoordinated champion in the history of women's MMA. I mean, it's crazy. The greatest fraud for sure. Your boy says, I don't know about that, Bruce. Tanya was just as unathletic as Rousey. Yeah, but she was kind of big. I mean, there's just a lot of pretty much. I think most of the full-time fighters, unless they had horrible fight IQ, would have beaten Ronda Rousey. Cyborg's got a decent record too. What's her MMA record here? 29-2. That's pretty good. Well, it wasn't just the fraud inside the cage either. It wasn't just the complete fraud of a fighter inside the cage. I mean, she's 12-2. I mean, this has got to be the worst record of anybody lauded as some kind of great or legend of any kind. And again, two of those wins are highly suspect. McCann and Zingano. And the other wins are against part-time fighters. I mean, come on. Part-time soccer moms, and you're going to call yourself some kind of legitimate, not only a legitimate champion, but the greatest of all time? I mean, can you say absolute fraud? And the way that it was gobbled up by the public is insane. And Megumi Fuji actually beat, like, the best of the best at the time. Like, there was nobody else to fight in her weight class anyway. And she was actually highly skilled. I mean, Ronda's only has an... I mean, she's got one or two judo throws that are decent and a good armbar. And that's it. Just the greatest fraud. She has the absolute worst striking in the history of combat sports. Now, if you look like this, are you going to call yourself the greatest of all time? Like, how are you not embarrassed at this? Now, Gina Carano is not a fraud because she has a legit Muay Thai record. Now, she really didn't fight a lot. She's 12-1-1 in Muay Thai. But the reason she's not a fraud is we're not calling her the best of all time, but she did popularize women's MMA in America, in the West. She's no Megumi Fuji, but yeah, it's pretty decent. And at the time, I mean, women's Muay Thai was really underdeveloped anyway. So, Yeah, I mean, what can you say about Gina Carano? She was actually skilled, though. She might have not been the best ever, but she was actually skilled. And she fought a couple full-time fighters. But again, it was really underdeveloped. Her record is 7-1. So, yeah, I mean, obviously you can't really call her a legend either. You can call her a pioneer in the West. You can't really call her an international MMA pioneer. I mean, quite a few other female fighters have fought before her. I mean, Shevchenko's really underrated. And, yeah. She really doesn't get the credit she deserves. And yeah, it's just a shame she was never matched up with Rousey on Rousey's way up. Or any of these other fighters that would have just absolutely humiliated her just as badly or worse than Holm and Nunes did. So it's kind of hard to argue against Megumi Fuji being the greatest female pioneer and possibly the greatest of all time based on the pioneer status. I mean, Ronda's 12-2. Who in any combat sport is any good at 12-2? I mean, it's just so weird. It's just so weird. So let's get into the open workouts here because they tell a story. And by the way, so Gina weighed in at 141.4 pounds in clothes. And she said she lost 100 pounds. There's no way she was 240. I mean, she was maybe 200 at her chunkiest, unless we haven't seen images of when she was even heavier, but anyway, she weighed in lighter than Ronda Rousey. And Ronda Rousey always hid from Cyborg. She always cowered away from Cyborg, crying about the weight. When she competed at 154 pounds at the Olympics, and she started her career at 145 pounds, so Ronda was crying about how it's not her weight class. That was her original weight class, and she fought even heavier. Yeah, Sarah McCann was past her prime, but when they fought, yeah. Her body was broken from 15 years of wrestling. Your boy RBII says, yeah, but the ref should not have stopped the fight in the middle of a takedown. I mean, that was crazy. That was crazy. Your boy says, I bet 500 on a Rockhold home parlay made out with 19,000. Nice. Yeah, I would have made about $1 million because I was thinking of dropping quite a bit of cash on home because the odds were 11 or 12 to 1. Because, I mean, it was just the most guaranteed fight ever. If you know Ronda Rousey's a fraud, she has no skills. I mean, honestly, I was surprised the fight even lasted as long as it did. I mean, that was really shocking. But, yeah, it ended pretty much how anybody with a brain would have predicted other than ref interference. Because you can't trust the refs. Because the UFC is shady. There have been quite a few shady fights. So I've never bet on a fight. But I really wanted to that time. Your boy says, anyone with proper footwork would have wrecked Rousey. She can't shoot. She can only throw, trip from the clinch. Any sort of mobility would have made Rousey look like an amateur. She still looks like an amateur, even against scrubs. Barb Honchak was around back then and even smaller and would have wrecked Ronda. I don't even remember her. Let's see. I mean, yeah, I don't think... Ronda was probably not even top 20 at any point in her career. I mean, it's just crazy. It's crazy. Can anybody think of a greater fraud? She started fighting Pro Fight debut 2009, so yeah. She lost to Zingano. Actually, you know what? Felice Herrig would have probably beaten Ronda too, and she was much lighter. She was in shape at one point. She was in shape. Lighter weight class, obviously. I don't know. The only like high profile fighter that maybe Ronda could have beat is maybe Paige Van Zant, but again, lighter weight class. I would actually say there's probably a lot of lighter fighters that would have wrecked Rousey too. So not only I don't think she was top 20 in her own division, she might have not even been top 20 in any weight division. Even if they were fighting open weight. Your boy says it was the fraud of the UFC and even worse, Joe Rogan. He was so full of her. And expletive Joe knew better. Yeah, but Joe is such a goof himself. Like, he's such a contrarian goof. I'm not even sure he believes what he spews. Sarah Catherine says, I don't have much muscle strength. It's hard for me to lift a gallon of milk. You gotta work out. Eat more protein and work out. Your boy says, Bruce, you honestly don't think this is going to be fixed? I'm 85% sure Carano is going to walk into a clinch and take the easy way out for some extra money. See, I don't know, because Carano was actually like a legit fighter, and if she has any kind of pride or integrity, for some reason, I'm having a hard time believing this is fixed. I mean, it's just a cash grab by both of them, but I don't think it's fixed. And, I mean, I'm going to get into their open workout footage, and then we'll analyze the possibilities for the fight in a second. Your boy says, I don't trust anything the Pauls have their hands in. Well, yeah, neither do I. It's just because it's Carano. Like, unlike Rousey, she actually has integrity, or appears to, from her history. That doesn't mean she wouldn't take a cash grab, but given her health history, too, because she really was unhealthy a year ago. At first, I thought the fight would never happen when it was first announced, but that was before I knew that she had already done a previous test weight cut, and she had already been training for at least a year. So, once I found that out, it's like, okay, maybe the fight will happen. Your boy says Cyborg in her prime was a better grappler than Rousey. Yeah, I mean, everybody's a better... all of the grappler, jiu-jitsu, full-time fighters were better. And I don't think there's a... other than Betch Kohea, I'm not sure there's a worse striker than Ronda Rousey in female MMA. I mean, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. This is a multi-millionaire with supposedly, like, I mean, this is just crazy. Like, you're a pro fighter in the UFC and you look like this? I mean, there's people off the street who can shadow box better than this who have never even trained just from watching martial arts on TV. Your boy says Esparza would have killed Rousey. I think most of the... I mean, it's kind of hard... It's kind of hard to find any full-time fighters who would not have beaten Rousey. But there were so many part-time fighters in the sport. I mean, it was basically a cash grab. Women's MMA was a cash grab when it was getting popular because there were so few fighters. And then Rousey's going around talking about how she's going to beat Floyd Mayweather and Cain Velasquez and she's the greatest of all time. I mean, it's so laughable. I mean, Ronda's legacy, other than getting knocked out by Holm and Nunes, regardless of what happens tomorrow, this is her legacy. This is how she reacted to getting demolished by Holly Holm. This is supposedly a real martial artist, a champion, a legend, the greatest of the sport. I mean, she refused to do press conferences, refused to do any media. This petulant child, this narcissist retard who was gaslit into thinking they were good at something that they're not. She probably was pretty good at judo. I mean, obviously judo is not the most popular female sport, but I think she was if she got third at the Olympics, that means she was the fourth best. Is that how I think the rankings break down? The bracket breaks down to fourth best. Fourth best? That's not that bad. I mean, she's pretty decent at judo. I mean, obviously... Actually, it wasn't just... It wasn't just... It wasn't just Harrison, Kayla Harrison, who beat her. Edith Bosch beat Ronda Rousey at the quarterfinal. Does anybody think she wouldn't have also beaten her in MMA? I mean, any of the judokas would have beaten Rousey at MMA too. What's she gonna do? Try to armbar them? I mean, it's hard to imagine they'd be worse at striking than this. Your boy says, I am a judokan, by the way, and I had seminars with Gokor and Jean LaBelle in the late 90s, early 2000s when I was chilling with friends in Little Armenia in Glendale, California. And I remember Caro and Manny Gamburian both basically saying she was a stuck-up little expletive. They won't say that on record, but no one there could stand her. I don't know how anyone could stand her anywhere. Like, she went to the WWE and made it even worse than it was. I mean, how does she have any fans whatsoever? It's just mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. Your boy says, I can tell you from experience, women's judo in her time was a joke. Yes. Yeah, that's the thing. There really weren't that many female judokas back then. Wait, hold on a second. Wait, Harrison didn't beat Rousey? She said that when she was 13 years old, Ronda Rousey beat her when Ronda was 18 or 19. Why is an 18 or 19-year-old beating a 13-year-old? Huh. Well, it's actually kind of funny because Harrison said that a fight against Ronda wouldn't even be competitive, which seems accurate. Wait, why did it... Okay, so it wasn't Harrison who beat Ronda. Who was the other American that beat Ronda in judo? Oh, Sarah Clark beat Rousey in 2004. But she's from Great Britain. But in any case, who thinks that Ronda would have beaten them in MMA? So it's not like Ronda was the best in judo either. Even in like the non-competitive female judo scene, Ronda still wasn't the best. Your boy says she was also given lots of favors because of her mom being who she is. Yeah, I remember that too, yeah. Your boy says no age, just weight in judo. That's kind of weird. A 13-year-old's going against an 18-year-old? What the heck? 18 and 19, so she beat her twice, once when she was 18 and 19. That's weird. But yeah, I'm not surprised that nobody could stand her. But this is exactly how a retarded narcissist would react. But the thing is, she's so stupid, she didn't learn anything from the loss against Holm or the loss against Nunes. But I have to give her credit. I really didn't think she would fight again against Nunes. And has any professional or even amateur fighter pulled like 4-year-old petulant child antics of refusing to talk to the media? I mean, that's so pathetic. Can you think of something more pathetic than that? Like a spoiled, petulant child. I mean, the sport that literally gave her millions of dollars, despite being a fraud. Ronda used to get a lot of suspect calls. Her mom was an American judo icon. Yeah, that makes sense. I actually remember, so her mom actually was saying she needs a new coach. And Ronda just ignored her. But I guess that's what happens when your two narcissists talk to each other. Yeah. So basically, Ronda Rousey is just a product of nepotism, basically. Nepotism and a shallow talent pool and a whole lot of luck. But how do people not know this? I mean, this is really should all be common knowledge. Like, how is anybody running with this fraud? And apparently, she kind of had the same experience in the WWE with fans and all that. But how does, so obviously most people don't like her anywhere, but how do any people like her? And she was kind of like force fed down people's throats as some kind of an honorable role model for young girls. I mean, this is just such a trash human being. Just a trashy fraud. Like, no honor, no integrity, no humility of any kind. I mean, can you think of a worse role model? I can't. I really can't. I cannot think of a worse role model than Ronda the Fraud Rousey. Your boy says she doesn't have the athletic ability to improve, just being honest. She's so unathletic and uncoordinated, it's laughable, and she doesn't know it because she's been handed everything. Your boy says Ronda was sleeping with Armand, the coach, that's why she didn't leave. Wait, which one was Armand? I was about to say, that's not the head coach. The head coach was one of the fuggliest human beings I've ever seen. Yeah, her coach was Edmund. How do you pronounce his last name? I don't know his last name. This fraud, the guy who had the Muhammad Ali mural. I mean, who can think of a fugglier guy than that? I mean, wow. Yeah, this guy has a mural of him and Muhammad Ali in the background of his gym. I mean, it's crazy. And then he also put all the championship strap on himself. Like, it's hilarious. I mean, when narcissist goofs get together, it's just funny what ends up happening. Oh, man. Your boy says Ronda was passed around the male judo MMA world since like 16. It's sick if you look into it. Wow, that is sick and demented. Especially, like, she's obviously retarded and mentally disabled. So that's criminal on so many levels. How did her mom allow that? Your boy says Armand was a judo coach at LA Boxing. Is that the same Armand that's a pro fighter? Yeah, I actually kind of feel bad for her knowing if she really was abused like that. I kind of feel bad for her. Was it Armand Sarukian? Or no, it was a different Armand? I have no idea who any of these people are. Is that the same Armand or a different Armand? Because he's actually pretty young looking. So maybe not. Yeah, that's actually really sad. Why? How did? So her mom? Did her mom know about that? Yeah, I can't find anything about Rhonda. I mean, they're just taking advantage of a mentally disabled girl. I mean, that's terrible. So everything I found said it was just it was not just, but it was emotional, psychological, and financial abuse, not physical abuse of any kind. She also talks with like that the short bus drawl. I mean, I don't know, like, do people not point that out? She's got the short bus drawl whenever she's speaking. There's no what? Your boy says no, this was Gokor the Armenian Essien nephew. Your boy says Rhonda's mom was using her to get money and fame. It's kind of sad. She encouraged it. She encouraged physical abuse against her daughter. These are all allegations, by the way. This is MINDSHOCK. I do not claim anything is true or untrue. Yeah, I mean, I always kind of felt bad for her, though, because she's obviously really stupid. So all these people like, she was just around all these horrible people. And they're gaslighting her, telling her she's good when she's not. Your boy says her mom was like the original baby Gronk dad, if you know what I mean. I mean, I don't know. I just find it so hard to believe a mother would encourage her 16-year-old daughter to be passed around, like, physically. I mean, that's weird. It's so weird. I mean, but she's seems like a crazy narcissist also, so I don't know. Again, I do not claim anything is true or untrue. But let's get into their open workouts. So if this is not a fixed fight, yeah, boy, who do you got in this? Who do you got here? If it's not fixed, of course. I mean, obviously, if Gina maintains distance, I mean, it should be a pretty easy fight for Gina. She's back in shape and everything, and Ronda still has the worst striking ever. I mean, we went over some clips on the previous episode. I did this when the first fight was first announced, and Ronda still has zero head movement all these years later. It's just crazy. Fair use here. So this is their media day.
First woman to headline a major MMA main event, introducing the Trailblazer and the original face of women's MMA.
They forgot to say in America or in the West. I mean, that's how ignorant this
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back GINA Conviction Carano.
Conviction's a pretty cool nickname, too. But she does look really fit. She didn't really in the first clips from a few months ago. I mean, still better than she looked years ago, but... I mean, we obviously can't see her stomach. She might not be ripped, but... she looks relatively lean. That's the thing about Rousey, too. Rousey was always chunky. I mean, she's kind of lean during weigh-ins, but why is she so heavy during fights? I mean, can she just not stop eating donuts? I don't know. Rousey always looks flabby and chunky other than during the weigh-in. I mean, she never really has abs during fights. Now, nobody's going to accuse Gina of having the best striking of all time, but that's decent striking right there. That is decent, smooth striking. I would even argue that is upper echelon shadow boxing. I mean, not for the boxing world, but for the MMA world. For the MMA world, that is upper echelon shadow boxing right there. I mean, she never had the best head movement either, but that is smooth striking right there. That is smooth, diverse striking right there. Fair use, obviously. Your boy says Gina was one of the first females to use a teep kick, which is effective against a charging Mongoloid. I also really liked her elbows. I think she had really underrated elbows and knees. She had diverse elbows, too. I mean, she trained them more than she actually used them in fights. But in her training, she had a diverse use of elbows and knees. I think she's not showing that on purpose here. Man, that is some decent striking. She looks way better than a few months ago. I mean, I would always give the fight to Gina, unless there's like a bad fight IQ situation, but... here's the thing, like, everybody pointing to the loss to Cyborg as saying Ronda's gonna beat her. Cyborg has vicious power. Ronda has the worst striking of all time. So, Gina had to deal with extremely powerful and fast and technical striking in addition to the ground game. The only thing Gina has to worry about here is a clinch takedown and an armbar. That's it. And she has been training those since she first transitioned to MMA. She's not a part-time soccer mom. And they've both been out forever. But... and the other thing, look at their reaction to the loss. Like, after being beaten by Cyborg, Gina did media, she did interviews. She was actually going to do a rematch for the goofs that don't know. So the rematch was going to happen was because I believe it was Steven Soderbergh. Steven Soderbergh contacted her to do Haywire. And this is like a big time Hollywood. This isn't like some of the scrub. I mean, obviously, Rhonda did some movies too. But it wasn't like a prestige director. Nothing against Sylvester Stallone. He got hoodwinked by Rhonda too. But, yeah, I mean, Soderbergh, I mean, this is legit. And Carano was actually first offered the UFC contract before Ronda. Because Ronda goes around saying, oh, she got Dana White to change his mind, this and that. But it was actually Dana. Now, again, everything points to Gina actually having integrity and honor. Because Dana wanted to steal her away. But she was under contract. So she didn't, and she knows people bought tickets to the fight, to watch her fight. So she didn't get sucked into the corrupt Dana White's BS. Kind of like Fedor Emelianenko wanted nothing to do with Dana White either. So everything points to Gina Carano not being part of a fix or a fraud. Now, that doesn't mean they're not trying to rig something behind the scenes, either with the ref or otherwise. I just don't know. I do not know that Gina would agree to some kind of fix. Your boy says, this sounds sexist, but I always look at who has the bigger ass. 80% of core power comes from ass. Rhonda has always had a pancake ass and love handle. Oh, man. Your boy, you're funny. Your boy says, very crisp and technical. I'm actually impressed, I have to say. Hold on. I want to compare to this to Prime Gina, because I don't know if I remember her punching looking this good. I don't know if she's going to throw any high kicks. Her high kicks were nice back in her Muay Thai days, and low kicks, and knees. But I'm not sure her punches ever looked this good. Yeah, I'm going to put up a clip here. This was uploaded 14 years ago, but it's way older. I do not know the year here. This is when looks like she first started training Muay Thai. Yeah, I think, man, sounds kind of crazy. She might have better punching now than she ever did. Yeah, I think this clip might be too old. This might not be her prime here. Yeah, hold on. We're going to look at a couple more clips here of Gina in the past. It looks like she's been taking this super serious. Barring any kind of weird clinch situation, I mean, I think this is pretty much a lock. I mean, if Rhonda wasn't a complete narcissist fraud and actually tried to get better instead of thinking she was already good. Alright, so here is Gina training with Master Toddy way back in the day. I mean, this would be what? Early 2000s? I mean, I don't know what year this would be. I mean, she always had trouble making weight. I don't know if she's ever been as lean as she is now. Because she does not look super lean here. Yeah, this is her just learning. There's no year here. It was uploaded 14 years ago, but it's much older. Still better than Ronda, but Gina Carano, when she first started, had already better striking than Ronda after a full career and a reign as a UFC champion with a multi-million-dollar camp behind her. Yeah, I mean, she was always pretty crisp. Her punches aren't bad. I think she looks better now. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. Gina Carano might be the most technical she has ever been. Maybe not the fastest. Here's some highlights. Fair use here. Here's some highlights. Yeah, I mean, not bad, but she might be better now. It's kind of crazy to say, but she had pretty decent fight IQ. Yeah, I want to see some kicks from her now. She had pretty good kicks back then, too. And these are full-time Muay Thai female fighters, too. Because she had to go over to Thailand because there were no female Muay Thai fighters in the U.S. Yeah, I don't know. Call me crazy. Is she better now? I mean, she's obviously not even, she's not going all out or anything. But just technically, I mean, this is not the sloppy striking you expect from female MMA fighters. I mean, I was never really impressed with Nunes. I mean, Shevchenko, yes. Nunes and even Holly Holm, really, I mean, they're good. They're not great. They don't have impressive striking or speed. They have really good power, though. Carano is displaying some real technicality here. I think she's taking this fight more seriously than any fight she's ever taken in her life. Call me crazy. Your boy says, you're right, Bruce. That's the best her hands have looked. She was never known for her hands. Your boy says that clip was 0304. She came up with Kit Cope and Master Toddy. Oh, man, I remember Kit Cope. I used to watch, so I actually started watching MMA in the 90s and kickboxing, K1. I watched all the K1 and everything. I've talked about this in a bunch of streams. I am not a casual, as they say. I don't know if I've ever been impressed with a female MMA star's hands until now. I'm just impressed here. I'm impressed, especially the flow with the elbows. I'm really impressed. And knowing that she's not even really going hard or anything here. I mean, this is her going, what, 60%, 70% max? I mean, she's rolling the shoulder. She looks really good. She took this very seriously. And she looks pretty loose, too. Loose and relaxed. Ronda's always, cortisoled out. And pretty psycho. Man, she looks like a boxer. I mean, MMA fighters in general have pretty bad hands. Most of them. Man, she looks really good. She looks like a boxer. I mean, her head movement's still not as good as it should be, but it's MMA. And, I mean, she's going against Ronda, so she doesn't really need head movement anyway, but I would actually want to see her versus Shevchenko now. If she keeps fighting, that would be awesome. Your boy says Nunes is just a benefactor of taking testosterone for 5+ years. Yeah, I mean, her power, her claim to fame is having a lot of power and being well-rounded enough to not get put in bad positions usually. Your boy says, I want to see Gina calf kick Ronda until she is stuck doing the stanky leg. I think she's going to have a lot of elbow surprises. Gina always had really good elbows from different angles. And I think she's going to surprise Ronda with some elbows. Your boy says, I'm 44. I've watched every UFC since UFC 3. I was also 8-0-1 from 99 to 03. Not that I was good, just many guys weren't very good at all then. Are you talking MMA? Or you said judo? Wait, were you pro or amateur? Your boy says the hip movement looks elite. I mean, I don't know if I've ever been impressed with the female MMA stars and female MMA fighters' hands until now. I mean, Gina was never bad. She never had bad hands. They just weren't excellent. I mean, that was some of the most impressive handwork I have ever seen in female MMA. I mean, that was actually better than a whole lot of male MMA fighters. Let's be real here. A lot of male MMA fighters have trashier handwork than that. I mean, if she just improved her head movement even more, but she might, it becomes muscle memory. So even if she's not going all out, it should still be better. Do we want to hear this? Let's see. Wait, can everybody hear this except me? Why can I not hear this? The heck? I got no audio here. Your boy said MMA. Wow. Back then, it wasn't really legal here in the East. 99 to 03. Why'd you stop? Just wondering. That's a good record. So here's the fraud, Rousey. She got announced as something, too. Alright, hold on. Let me see if we could get some audio. Yeah, her shoulder movement looks pretty good. She just needs a little bit more head movement, but still possibly the most impressive handwork. And she's got like the most opposite personality to Ronda. Instead of being obnoxious and abrasive, she just comes off as very genuine and endearing. Just polar opposite, and obviously highly skilled. I don't know, this might be a worse demolition than Holm and Nunes. She probably still doesn't have as much raw power as Nunes. Hall of Famer? What is it, the Hall of Fame of fraud? I mean, how is anybody saying any of this with a straight face? I mean, this is bonkers. Your boy says, I got paid, but it wasn't like on the up and up. Indian reservations and backroom smokers. Why, yeah, but why'd you stop, though? I mean, that's a good record. Especially as it was getting more and more popular. 03? I mean, it was kind of getting popular in 03. Not 99, but 03. tore my Achilles tendon. Ah, that's terrible. 3 weeks before a tryout fight with King of the Cage, I lucked out. I was going against a young fellow named Josh Neer. I never really fully recovered from the Achilles, lost a lot of explosives. Oh, that's horrible. That is terrible. Luck obviously plays a huge factor. Huge factor. But why do you think you couldn't have beaten Josh Neer? What year was this? You said 03? Because he just started in 03. So, yeah, I mean, a green Josh Neer, I mean, depending on how good you were. You said you're not that good, but I mean, how good was a green Josh Neer? Like an inexperienced Josh Neer. I mean, he's not a world beater. But, yeah, how are they saying this with a straight face? Hall of Famer? Bigger than any woman, any... I mean, worldwide. She's not... Yeah, this is crazy. He said biggest female or male name in the sport. How is he saying this with a straight face? I mean, this is crazy. I mean, the 4-year-old mentality is just so obnoxious. She always looks like she's got her toy taken away when she's trying to act tough. So instead of showcasing any shadow boxes, she's wearing all this baggy clothes. She came out to a workout with a stick. Okay. Fair use, obviously. Yeah, that's decent shoulder flexibility, but okay. Nobody really cares. And now she's going to do a workout with a gi in judo. So obviously Gina's not going to be wearing a gi. Now obviously this is all on purpose. She doesn't want to show what she's doing. She's definitely not going to shadow box. But she's not even going to do any kind of MMA? Like, who wants to see this? She's going to do some basic judo stuff with the gi? What the heck was that? Wait, how did she end up on the bottom? What? How did she end up on the bottom there? Maybe, your boy can, describe what we're seeing here? Aren't you not supposed to end up on the bottom? Like, I don't know who she's practicing with, but she just got tossed out of her own judo throw? Now look, I've done a little bit of judo myself. I'm not a black belt or anything. I'm not a judo expert. But why is she practicing getting countered, CJ? Yeah, boy, we need your information here. Why would you demonstrate yourself ending up on the bottom? That can't feel good either. I mean, why would you demonstrate that? We need your input. We need a judoka. We need a real judoka's input. Like, what is this? CJ says maybe she did it way too hard. I mean, she's supposed to be. She's a judo Olympian. She messed herself up. We need your boy's a judoka here. We need your boy's input here. Your boy, please let us know. CJ says, had to tuck at the last moment to prevent getting hurt. That just looked weird. And she's always got the stupidest expressions on her face. Like, you don't see Gina making weird faces like this. Like, it's just... She's just... The short bus vibe just encompasses everything that has to do with Ronda Rousey. What? That's so weird. Did they just mess up? Yeah, boy, what are we seeing here? That could not have felt good. That was decently clean. So if they do get to the clinch, I think Gina's gonna have some elbows for Ronda Rousey. Has Ronda ever been attacked with elbows? I don't recall anybody using effective elbows against her. Like, what's the purpose of this demo? Like, if they at least weren't wearing gis, like, you're preparing for an MMA fight. Like, why would you even be training in a gi? I mean, that was a smooth roll, but that's not what we saw first. That first one was real awkward. Like, how is this an open workout for an MMA fight? I mean, and why would you practice getting countered? Like, why do you want that in your muscle memory for your opponent to end up on top? That doesn't make any sense. Your boy, who is an MMA fighter, can you clarify the point of training like this for an MMA fight as a judoka? That was kind of nice. That was one of the most impressive things I've ever seen Ronda do. That was actually kind of nice. Alright, are they actually... So they're finally going to do something no-gi? I mean, she already looks chunky there. How much does she weigh here since the weigh-in? Because she weighed in heavier than Gina. Okay, that's something you would practice, ending up on top there. Does anybody see Gina getting caught in a guillotine? That actually was kind of one of the best takedowns of... I mean, obviously, it's against the cooperating opponent, but... That takedown was actually decently explosive. Yeah, that's not terrible. That's not terrible. But I'm not sure Rousey's going to be able to bully Gina. I mean, that was really awkward and uncoordinated. That looked so ugly. CJ says, they must have choreographed something and were off with each other. I mean, these are professional judokas. It's kind of weird to be off about a basic throw. Even those punches looked horrible. Like, how do you make ground and pound look sloppy? Like, look bad. The way she moves just looks so awkward and weird. I mean, just look at the movement here. Like, most fighters have some kind of rhythm or efficient movement. Like, watch the way she moves. I mean, that backward roll actually wasn't the worst of all time. I mean, I've seen preschoolers do it just as smooth. Maybe not better, but just as smooth. But that wasn't horrible. But watch here. Even just her walk is all weird. It's like her feet aren't even coordinated with her upper body. I mean, look at the. This is like this is a professional athlete of any kind. Look, it's like her feet and upper body are moving at a different rate. Like they're not in sync with each other. Like right here. I don't think I've ever seen a fighter move that poorly. CJ says, it's like she's LARPing. Your boy says, I went to take my dog out, sorry. Alright, hold on. I have to rewind this for your boy. The first thing they did here looks extremely awkward. And Gina ended up on bottom. It's somewhere right here. Are those ankle braces? Like, why? That looks like she landed awkward on the shoulder, possibly even causing an injury, like a potential injury. Your boy says partner is feeding into the next move. That looks so awkward, and why would you practice, like, the muscle memory of ending up on bottom for an MMA fight? Your boy says CJ is right. This is WWE style pre-planned spots for the camera. Partner is feeding into the next move. Yeah, but why would you do something like that? That doesn't make any sense. Your boy says it took me over a year to get used to not having a gi grip. Yeah, why are they practicing this? But why did she end up on the bottom and super awkwardly? It looks like she might have even injured her shoulder there. It looks like she crashed kind of hard on the shoulder. Like, why would you do that? I mean, she rolls out of it a little bit smoother later, but on that first one, it was just weird. So, where did we end up? Oh, she's actually going to do some striking? Uh-oh. Let's see what we got here. Let's finish this first. And yeah, this was where we stopped. She has this, like, super awkward walk. It looks like her legs are mistimed from the upper body. Like, right here. I've just never seen a professional athlete of any kind, combat sports or otherwise, move that poorly. Is it just me, or does she look like a man with a man bun from the back? She's got such like a rectangular, flabby frame. Your boy says, why you ever go back to a gi while getting fight ready is double down syndrome of dumb. It's Ronda, she cares more about optics. She forgot to take her warm-up weights off her ankles. I think it threw her off balance. Oh. Okay, that maybe makes sense. But she's that dumb? Where were the coaches on that? Would you be able to definitively say this is a woman right now? Your boy says, look how stiff her hips are. No midsection movement at all. Oh, man. Yeah, she's LARPing as a fighter. That's a good way to put it. That was the most head movement I've ever... What? This is crazy. She does all the head movement when she's not punching. That's the most head movement I've ever seen from her right here. Boom, boom. But then she has 0 when she actually throws the punch. So she finally learned a little bit of head movement, but not while punching. I'm actually kind of surprised she was willing to publicly do this. I mean, it is a little better than, she finally made some progress from this. Only took 20 years, but... I mean, she's just so horrible. She has no actual head movement during the punch. Oh, man. Your boy says, look around. Gina has a corner full of guys with cauliflower ears. Rhonda has a bunch of vegan-looking hipsters around. Well, Rhonda has always been good at surrounding herself with the most incompetent narcissist feeders. Because they all just tell her she's good, so then she doesn't get any better. Oh, man. Could you imagine you're willing to do this in public? No, on one hand, I have to almost give her props for showing some striking. On the other hand, like, how do you not have secondhand embarrassment here? We go from the best hands I've ever seen in female MMA, and some of the best hands, period, in MMA from Gina Carano, to literally the worst. I mean, those are like 0 power flicks. But it is slightly better head movement. It looks like she doesn't know what head movement is, so she just started moving her head randomly. And she doesn't know she's supposed to time it with the punch. Right? So that's what it looks like. So, and again, no head movement there. So she knows she's supposed to move her head. She never knows when, though. So she's just randomly moving her head while throwing her hands. Like, if somebody showed you a picture of this, would you think this is a pro fighter? She looks like she's afraid of getting hit even when nobody's swinging on her. It's like she has no clue what to do. She's just throwing her arms randomly and moving her head randomly. You would think after 20 years of multi-million-dollar training camps, she could at least get to like some kind. I mean, there's women in their first month at just like a basic gym who can throw better punches with better head movement, just like in a month, maybe in a week or two. This is 20 years. This is almost 20 years of multi-million-dollar training camps. And this is the result. CJ says, it looks like she's trying to hit her own head with her own shoulder. Oh, man. Oh. Wow. Oh, man. Who's that weirdo with the backwards baseball hat in the background there? Yeah, this does not look like a pro fighter at all. It almost looks like the guy is instead of her hitting the mitts, look, the guy's moving the mitt to her punch. To make sure she hits. Oh, man. I've never seen anything like this. Your boy says, you might not believe this. Karolina Kovalchuk, how do you pronounce that? Kovalchuk used to have really good hands, some of the best in her prime. Yeah, I don't remember. Shevchenko has decent hands, but Carano's handwork right there, I don't know if I've seen better. Ditcheva has pretty good hands too, but I don't know if they're that good. Yeah, the guy is totally moving the mitts to make sure that Ronda hits it instead of the other way around. Oh man, this is so sad. This is so sad. Like, how do you not feel bad for Ronda here? Well, she definitely hit that mitt. Yeah, because Gina's just going to stand there for that. It's so funny because she finally realized she has to move her head, but she doesn't know when. So she's just randomly moving. She did bring up one arm to defend while punching that one time. It's probably the most impressive thing she's done striking-wise. What's weird is she probably thinks this is actually impressive. That's what's crazy. That's why she's the greatest fraud. Because she probably is thinking, this is so impressive. This looks so good. Everybody's going to be so impressed with this. Look how awesome I am. And all these goofs around her, they just feed into it. Like, what was that? That looked similar to that punch. This is her normal muscle memory. So, I mean, she does look like she's trying to improve. I have to say, this is improved. She couldn't get any worse, but... I mean, this is maybe like first week at a gym. This is like someone's first week at a striking gym. That's what it looks like. Like a non-athletic person's first week. Wait, those are ankle weights or ankle braces? See, like, her elbows are real sloppy. They're like drunken street fight elbows. Like, Gina's elbows are nice and technical. Is that a random arm sleeve on her left arm? And then there goes the head movement. Head movement's all gone now. And that's probably what's going to happen in the fight. As soon as, like, the adrenaline kicks in, she might have head movement for like the first 20 seconds, and then it'll be all gone. Your boy says, seriously, she's on testosterone. Look how her figure is totally gone. She might have always been on something. Like, everybody likes to say, oh, cyborgs on. I mean, they're all on something, whether it's legal, illegal, whatever they can afford. I mean, there's all sorts of performance enhancers that are legal, and then there's performance enhancers that are legal, then illegal, then back to legal. It's all kind of arbitrary. Your boy says $1 or $10,000. There's no testing on this card. Look at Nagano and how Rousey got 3 more inches of broadness on her shoulders and how jacked her arms are. I bet her back acne looks like a 13-year-old boy's face. She always looked kind of like that. She never really had a figure. I mean, again, I'm not gonna... I don't know if it's possible as a female to have these kinds of shoulders naturally and a neck. Look at that neck. I mean, that's a massive neck. And relatively massive arms, too. I mean, she was always kind of big in the upper body. In the UFC, though. Pre-UFC... let's see. It's kind of hard to tell. In her first MMA fight, she wore a full shirt. She might have still been on something then, too. She definitely was a little bit thinner at some point. But yeah, she has a massive upper body. Like shoulders, traps, and neck to get that jacked naturally. What's weird is she still doesn't really have striking power, but... yeah, look at those shoulders and traps. I mean, they are kind of massive. Wouldn't be surprising. Definitely wouldn't be surprising. There were a couple of fights where she kind of didn't look all roided out. Trying to find a photo. Yeah, I don't remember which fight. She looked a little bit... she had a couple fights where she looked a little bit skinnier. And possibly not roided out. Here's one... so, I think this was sometime before her first UFC fight. I mean, she still looks pretty decent, but she doesn't look she's got that petulant child, 4-year-old got their toy taken away look that she's known for. But she's not absolutely massive like she was in her later UFC fights. I mean, look how massive she got a couple years after that. Like, she's potentially natural there on the right. Potentially. I mean, look, her neck is, like, you could actually see her neck. On the left, like, her neck is huge. And the traps. On the right, still potentially performance enhancers, but not, like, super out of control. So this was 2012. So this is, 2012 against Sarah Kaufman. Potentially natural, or only light to moderate performance enhancing use. But on the left here, I mean, that's crazy massive. So yeah, her body definitely looked like it got more rectangular throughout the years. Your boy says her defense hand goes completely out of position the minute she engages. She loses all defensive position. She's open for a straight right or left hook all day. And she constantly dips into knee range a ton. I think she's going to get lit up with elbows. She actually accidentally moved her head at the same time as the punch that time. Was that the first time? Because she's just randomly moving her head. I think she actually randomly moved it correctly one time. And then again, all the head movement's gone. I mean, this is just the most obvious case of somebody just randomly moving their head and hoping it's correct. I've never seen anything this bad before. She actually doesn't look quite as massive as she did before. So I don't know, maybe she did a couple cycles and then not. But and there's that awkward walk again. It's like her legs and shoulders are not moving with each other. Like there's just no coordination. She's still going? She's gonna do something else or no? Oh wow, still going. That might have been the best hook she's ever thrown in her life. That was not absolutely horrible. And it looked like she accidentally moved her head correctly. For that one too. Oh, that was just awkward. And why would you leave your hand sunk into the mitt for so long? Why would you not pull back immediately? Just leaving yourself open longer. Like, she had to have been corrected on that, like, thousands, millions of times. And, I mean, she's just obviously mentally disabled, so learning disabled, I mean, she just can't make those corrections. So anything that's not muscle memory from childhood, she just can't really do. I mean, she does look like she has decent power. Just no technique or speed, but decent power. I like it. This guy is also, look, notice how he's moving it so she hits it. Not that time, but the previous two. He had to move it slightly to make sure she hit it. Oh, man. Kill the Bank says those Rousey boxing skills are off the charts. Your boy says the chin is a dead giveaway. Her chin is much broader now. The neck, I think the neck and the traps are just a dead giveaway. Yeah, she's just throwing bombs here, like no technique bombs, like drunken haymakers. Well, that hook was alright. Well, she did get a little better. We have to give her credit. I mean, it was impossible to get worse. I mean, obviously, it's impossible to get worse than this on the left. So, she did get a little bit better, which was weird because she really wasn't better a few months ago. Because a few months ago, we went over those clips and she was so terrible. But now, it's like she just started doing head movement randomly. So, yeah. Alright, so what's everybody's pick? Man, Gina was impressive with those hands. Kill the Bank says, I think she's going to be able to get Gina down and submit her. Yeah, that's what it's going to come down to, if she can get the takedown, but I don't know, like, Gina's been training. Gina is not a part-time soccer mom who just started MMA that Ronda made her career off of beating. Hold on. Well, I got some more. I got some GIFs. I got some GIFs here. We gotta go over this. like, Ronda Rousey is not fighting, like Gina Carano is not the kind of specimen that Ronda Rousey made her name off of. I mean, look at the athletic specimens that Ronda's defeated, like Betch Correia. I mean, look at this vertical. Look at that vertical. Look at this athletic specimen. That is Betch Correia. I mean, this was the division when she was fighting. Now, again, Holly Holm was there the whole time. I mean, what is that? That's got to be at least a 12-inch vertical. That's got to be at least 12 inches. That's probably like 14 inches right there. I mean, can you imagine the intimidation factor of a 14-inch vertical? Your boy says if it's on the up and up, Gina wins easy. Yeah, Gina's got takedown. Gina's been grappling for a long time. And again, she's not Betch Correia. Look at the fight IQ on Betch Correia. She punches herself in the face. I mean, these are the kind of fighters that, these are the kind of fighters that Ronda defeated to become champion. The greatest fraud in combat sports history. No offense to Betch Correia, known for her twerking. Okay. Your boy says Gina has good footwork, too good footwork to get trapped for a clinch. A clinch is Ronda's only chance. Aaron Crypt says, honestly don't care about this one. I will, however, tune into Francis Ngannou. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. So who has, what is everybody's prediction for this fight? I got barring a fluke or some kind of weird corrupt ref interference or early stoppage. I mean, this should be taking candy from a baby fight. This might be Gina's easiest fight ever. Your boy says, remember Gina didn't go down. Yeah, let's watch the Gina Cyborg fight. I mean, even with Ronda's half-decent slow power from performance-enhancing drugs, most likely. Yeah, Gina's always had a pretty decent chin. Yeah, Gina actually is crazy tough. But that's not gonna, if Ronda gets that armbar locked in, it doesn't matter how tough you are, so. Yeah, that's obviously, it's kind of funny, like, everyone knows Ronda's only chance is clinch armbar. So that's her only chance of winning. I mean, Gina's gonna absolutely demolish her at will if she can't get to the clinch. Or some kind of weird scramble. So let's watch their fight. Fair use here. It's pretty low quality, but at least it shouldn't get flagged. We can watch the whole thing. Cyborg was in phenomenal shape, PEDs or not. She was shredded in this fight.
Let's go back. Let's do this.
You know what's kind of crazy? Is it just me, or is Gina in better shape now than she was for the Cyborg fight?
We asked you how many rounds do you think the Carano versus Cyborg title fight will go. 41% chose 3 rounds. Cyborg.
Yeah, look at Cyborg's neck. Huge, just like Ronda's in her later career.
The jiu-jitsu specialist. She's a purple belt. She's bigger.
Gina, yeah, I would totally believe Gina's not on PEDs. Look at her neck. That is a normal female slender neck.
They are underway as Cyborg moves in.
Man, just ferocious.
Quickly to jump on Gina.
And wow, look, I totally forgot that's how that, look at that hip control. Look at the hip control from Gina Carano. Let's watch that again. You know what's kind of crazy, though? Supposedly, Gina Carano is still a white belt? I don't see anything to the... Wait, purple? Yeah, she's a white belt. As far as I see here... She's still a white belt as of 2014. I don't see an update on that, though. Ronda's also used to fighting smaller fighters. I mean, Gina Carano is 5'8", so she's a little bigger than Ronda. Ronda's not going to be able to push her around. Obviously, the only chance she has is a judo throw armbar. Or some kind of scramble. I don't see here... Yeah, I don't see BJJ ranking, but... Cyborg was she a brown belt at this time? She was a purple belt. She was a purple belt. So white belt Gina Carano just got unloaded on, took big shots, and ended up on top of a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu purple belt. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Yeah, that's your boy with another good point here. Your boy said, also remember when Ronda clinched Holly actually ragdolled Ronda. One time, but didn't one time... Okay, let's watch that. We'll watch the Holly fight next, but... Aaron Crypt says, 10 years have passed and Ronda still doesn't know you can move your head without moving your whole body. Your boy says, I think Ronda would have been better suited on training a ton of footwork and distance and cage control rather than hands. She needs to have the footwork to close the distance with minimal harm. Yeah, that's a good point. Also, I would say kicks. Leg kicks and front kicks, those aren't that hard to do. I mean, yeah, they'd be clunky and horrible, but still effective, unlike the hands. I mean, that's a good point. If your boy trained Ronda, she might have actually been good. Oh, obviously, Ronda would probably never listen to any of this, but if she did, I mean, she actually potentially could be good. I mean, probably a little late now, but that's a great point, your boy. But this is interesting. So not only did she end up on top of a purple belt, but after taking a lot of damage.
She's in a leg lock position now. Gina's got to be extra careful.
And Gina's got a lot of composure too, even if she's caught in bad positions.
Right now. She's got to pull those legs apart. She's got to...
Well, I remember watching this fight live. It was a big fight.
Cyborg's legs that he's going to pop.
Look at the composure.
Carano.
The more I watch this, the more I'm saying, yeah, even if Ronda does get her down, I don't know if Ronda can finish the armbar.
Now Cyborg gets her back, going for the guillotine.
Man, she's in a horrible position, and she's still going to get out of this.
Get to her feet.
And this is where Cyborg is strong. Ground and pound. Jiu-jitsu.
And Cyborg, hits way harder than Ronda.
And Gina getting up.
Oh man, what a shot to the ribs.
Oh, nice left hook. Right hand.
Man, Gina's crazy tough. How can you not be a fan? And still, what? I totally forgot that. Whoa. Okay, I was never the biggest Gina Carano fan. After watching her hands in this open workout, and I forgot how good this fight was. She's taking crazy damage. I don't look at this. She took a really bad shot to the ribs.
This is where Cyborg is strong.
I think coming up right here.
Jiu-jitsu.
I mean, Gina just took way more punishment than even Holly or Nunes unloaded on her. Oh man, partially blocked with the arm, but she immediately fires back. Oh, that was a nasty shot, and then a kick to the opposite ribs. How is she even breathing right now? Oh, luckily didn't get hit by that. Oh man, right through the middle, straight. Oh man, didn't block that at all. Partially blocked the next one. Still firing back. Wow, Gina was actually a lot better than I remember. Holy crap. After taking that huge beating, she still ends up on top. This is crazy. Now, obviously, Ronda's judo throw is better than that, but that's crazy. I completely forgot all of these. Gina just ended up on top several times. This is in full mount. Full mount. I bet Gina is kicking herself for not being able to finish here.
Lands on top. She's got full mount. Ground and pound now.
I totally forgot this part of the fight. I've only watched this fight one time when it first happened live, and I just remember Gina getting destroyed. But I forgot all of this. Wow, this is impressive.
Trying to get a good shot. Stands up and backs up. Gina should have kept that position. She had dominant position.
She probably should have stayed in that
And
position.
she wants to be careful. A Cyborg gets up. The energy in this crowd is
This fight's way better than any fight Ronda's ever been a part of.
unbelievable. These two ladies wasting no time going at
Fair use, obviously. Look at all this fair use.
it.
The ebb and flow early on. Both of them have been in big time trouble, but showing their resiliency.
Remember, 5.
Look at the composure, though. Carano just got wrecked. I mean, she took at least 10, 11 hard shots and damage to both sides of the ribs. And she's still, the composure is incredible.
Minute rounds. The ladies are normally accustomed to.
She just ate another straight right there and still firing back.
As Cyborg is backing up for the first time. She said she was only going to move forward. And I'm watching her take steps back.
Cyborg has never really been punched.
Nice quick right hand by Cyborg.
Cyborg using the.
Oh man, that was a good kick. Yeah, look at the diversity of attack from Cyborg too. Obviously, Rousey's gonna not have any of this.
Telling us
Yeah, that was a weak
movement was
kick.
the key. Cyborg catches the body shot.
She's got to use movement here and pull her butt out.
Yeah, if Gina's not stupid, she's been spending not just a year on armbar defense, possibly a lot longer, because there was talk of a Rousey fight years before. If she's not stupid, she's been training armbar defense for years. I mean, obviously she has. That's standard for MMA, but any thoughts here, you boy? Going over the fight again? Yeah, Carano did excellent here. She actually, was she rolling for a leg lock there? Wow. On a purple belt. This was back when belts mean something. Your boy's saying they don't mean anything now, which is true. Back then, they kind of sort of meant something.
This is the most trouble Gina Carano has been in her career. Will she
She's definitely
be
tired
able
now, but
to survive?
She's got to get to that push kick we talked about. She's got to stop Cyborg on the outside.
oh, there it is.
There it is.
There it is, Frank Shamrock. Cyborg, tentative now, going in. She's felt Carano's power. Right hook, getting in for Carano again. Cyborg. And Carano.
Still fair use here. Look at all this fair use going on as we analyze this fight.
Cyborg.
Oh, jumping elbow. That was nice. Cyborg ate that like it was nothing. That'd probably put Rousey down, though. Although I'm not sure she would jump in like that on Rousey. She'd probably wait for Rousey to come in and then clip her with the elbow.
She just got good footwork going now. She's getting on that bicycle.
Is it just me, guys, or have they yet to really...
And yeah, she looks like she didn't really have an answer for that leg kick, which is weird because she's a Muay Thai fighter. Where's the check?
It seems like
And where's the counter?
a lot of
Counter back.
nervous energy in this cage right now.
They are gassed right now, under 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, Gina's real tired. She just folded right there.
Carano goes down. Cyborg now.
Man, there's still almost 2 minutes left.
This is what I worried about Gina getting over.
And I believe you can... This is Strike Force rules. I think you could still kick the body, just not the head. Cyborg could have kicked her body right there.
Power
Prime for it.
early rounds and getting beat up. She needs to stay strong for the whole term.
The billing was Gina.
Yeah, those are hard shots. She's taken dozens of shots. Kill the Bank says that cardio could be an issue. She looks in better shape now than she was back then.
Power, so
Oh, there's the check.
power seems to be taken.
Ooh, nice. Still firing back after taking that much damage and being exhausted. Oh!
Gina
That
waiting to
was clean,
land
too.
one big shot. And it usually comes with the right hand. But Cyborg.
Man, Carano might be one of the toughest female fighters ever. This is one of the biggest beatings I've ever seen a female fighter take and keep going. Not just keep going, firing back.
One cannot question the
And she still fought off the
championship
takedown.
art of both of these tremendous athletes.
These two ladies.
Wow.
First round scheduled for 5 for the
Yeah, I think Carano's going to have some surprise elbows for Ronda here.
145-pound title. And it has been aggressive from the...
Yeah, the only reason Cyborg's even able to get her in this position is because of the striking damage. Ronda's not going to be able to do that.
opening
Fingers in the
bell.
eyes. Carano has done great work on the inside clinch, bringing that short elbow inside.
And she's exhausted here, so that's
Cyborg
another
on top of
factor.
Carano.
Mostly from the striking damage
Carano pulls her in the...
and those shots to the ribs.
Cyborg trying to split it and
Still
mount.
maintaining half guard, though.
Good job of using her foot there for leverage, wanting to push away.
She's got to get her head further out of that cage now. She's caught a little arm on there.
Americana.
And did she get her?
What?
Gina Carano turns out of it.
I totally forgot this. This is crazy. This is crazy. An exhausted, beat up Gina Carano still escaping submissions. Deep in the first. This is crazy. This is crazy. I think Gina was a lot better than any of us remember. I might have to readjust my analysis of her not being in contendership for the greatest of all time on the female side. I mean, obviously she just does not have the record for it. But skill-wise here, this is and durability. This is some of the greatest durability I've ever seen. Cyborg's pretty durable too, though.
Carano trying to take one hand and arm away from Cyborg. 20 seconds to go in the first
There's just
round.
no quit in
Carano's got to get
her.
her left leg up on that fence. That's it. And push yourself away. Get away from that cage.
She might not even tap for the armbar. She might take the break and keep going. Who did that? What fight was that? Yeah, boy, do you remember the fight where some guy, I don't think it was a famous guy, that famous. He got his arm broken in an armbar, but it didn't look broke. It was broken, but it wasn't like the elbow didn't bend back. Maybe it was just maybe it was a dislocation, and he just kept fighting. I don't even remember if he won or not, but so he got dislocated. He kept rolling out of the armbar, took the break or dislocation, didn't tap, And I think, and went to decision, if I remember correctly. You might remember that. I don't know how many times that's happened. Yeah, boy, do you remember that fight? It would have been a really long time ago. It would have been the early 2000s. Someone just refused to tap on the armbar. Yeah, boy says Cyborg is juiced to the gills here, too. Yeah, well, Ronda might be, too.
Now ground and pound. It's about to be. Oh, big right hand. Carano's in trouble. 8 seconds. She's not answering.
Okay, now she's standing up full leverage.
She better watch out.
Is she?
It's over.
Well, wait a minute. The bell.
That was at the bell.
Was that?
It looks like it's over.
He stopped it at the bell.
Wow.
Wait, why did he stop it at the bell? That was kind of stupid. I don't even remember that.
Big right hand. Carano's in trouble. 8 seconds.
8 seconds? You let that go.
Getting pounded.
I mean, it was bad, but she's still... So, it's supposedly intelligently defending yourself. You got both arms up? Because she is taking most of those shots on the arms. I mean, that is... Look at that. She's almost completely covered. Cyborg's trying to sneak around.
Not answering. Carano getting pounded. She better watch out.
Is she?
It's over.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that questionable, the stoppage, except for
At the bell.
there's 1 second left. I mean,
This is Cyborg corner.
Twice before when she done
Yes.
that one as
she could
well.
definitely go another round there.
Cage and everything.
Yeah, I totally forgot how competitive that was. That was absolutely competitive. Yeah, boy says Frank Mir, Tim Sylvia. Oh, was that Forrest Griffin had his arm broken and still won? Wow, your boy here is like an encyclopedia. I thought I had a good memory of fights. Wait, Frank Mir, Tim Sylvia, what happened there? The guy who got their arm broken? Tim Sylvia? Forrest Griffin had his arm broken and still won, so he refused to tap on the armbar and rolled out of it as it broke and then won the fight. Who was that against? Do you remember? Let's look at the Holly Holm fight. I would have never really called myself a Gina Carano fan, but now I think I have to. I totally do not remember the fight going like that. That was absolutely competitive. That was absolutely competitive. And I actually I cannot say with certainty Cyborg would have won if that went to the second round. I mean, you got to give her the edge, of course, but that's crazy. Hold on, I'm trying to get the full fight here of Ronda versus Holm, because I think Holly Holm did get her down. I mean, I think Ronda did take Holly down at one point. I've only seen the whole fight once, and just obviously the highlights a couple times, but it was in Brazil Jungle Fights, the Forrest Griffin one. That's crazy. I don't think it wasn't. That's not the one I saw. The one I saw was either UFC or Pride FC. I don't remember. It was one of those two. The guy just refused to tap, took the arm break, went to a decision, but I think he still lost the decision. I don't remember. I think this is from the Russian broadcast, but whatever. We actually might have to listen to it with no audio to not get the copyright strike or whatever. So this is Ronda Rousey versus Holly Holm. Fair use, obviously, here. Yeah, it's weird. Her neck still looks kind of huge here, but her shoulders look a little smaller than in the previous few fights. And Holly Holm, a lot of people think she's on performance enhancers too. She just looks really toned and in really good shape, but maybe. There's that petulant child look, like somebody took her toy away, that she's known for. The cringiest fighter ever. Your boy says Cyborg always gassed back then, so a round 2 would be interesting. It would be so interesting. I'm actually I forgot that was stopped right at the bell. And back then, see, in today's UFC, that would have definitely been stopped, probably even earlier. But back then, even if you didn't answer the shots, if you had your arms clearly defending your head, especially in Pride FC, they wouldn't stop it. As long as your arms were up, because the rule was intelligently defending yourself. It wasn't that you have to hit back. And Gina was doing a great job of trying not to leave gaps between her arms as she was absorbing the damage. I mean, Cyborg also did a really good job of snaking around some of the shots, which is probably why the ref stopped it. But still, I mean, that was intelligent defense. It wasn't like her arms were really trying to cover her whole head. Oh, it was Sakuraba, wasn't it? Did Sakuraba take an arm break? I've seen every single Sakuraba fight. I've actually named Sakuraba as the greatest MMA fighter of all time due to, factoring in weight discrepancy. No, but the Gracie guy... So, wait, Sakuraba did not take an arm break against a Gracie. He broke some Gracie's arms, but... he got knocked out against Smirnovas and the ref refused to stop it, and then he just went on to win. That was like the greatest comeback ever, but alright, let's see what we got here. How big is Holly Holm? Holly's 5'8". I actually don't think Rousey's 5'7". She's listed as 5'7". She looks 5'6" here. She looks at least 2 inches shorter. And Gina's listed as 5'8", like Holly. That looks more than it. That's 2 inches right there. That's 2 inches. There's no way Ronda's 5'7". She's 5'6". If not shorter. That's a huge factor, because Holly's big, and Gina's as big as Holly, at least as tall. Maybe not as big muscle mass, but... Alright, hold on. Let's see what's going on here. Fair use, obviously. Look at all this fair use. What was Ronda punching at there? Look at that. 0 head movement. 0. She actually hit... Whoa! She actually hit Holly? Let's watch this again. I don't remember the beginning of this fight. I haven't watched the whole fight since it happened. How the heck did she... Okay, I don't think she landed there, but she landed there. And there! As Holly was moving away. This is crazy. How the heck... Now, obviously, she's pillow-fisted. But how the heck... I mean, is this like the old saying goes, you don't have to fear the greatest... Okay, let me get that swordsman quote. The best, so this is from Mark Twain, a Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court. The best swordsman in the world doesn't need to fear the second best swordsman in the world. No, the person for him to be afraid of is some ignorant antagonist who has never had a sword in his hand before. He doesn't do the thing he ought to do, and so the expert isn't prepared for him. Is that what caused... because this kind of weird flail of arms, and obviously Hollow tagged her up as she came in, but the fact that Ronda was even able to land on the chin, you know, zero technique, doesn't matter, that was still kind of crazy. And still plodding forward. And look at the difference in body rhythm. Like, Holly, her body is moving as one. Ronda's super awkward. It's like her lower limbs are disconnected from the rest of her. Like, look at that. She looks like she's drunk. And the random flails. Oh, got pieced up right there. Look at that. Zero head movement. Like taking candy from a baby. Look at this. Textbook right here. Boom, boom. But you gotta, okay, that's actually impressive because Holly is a kickboxer and Ronda kind of ate that solid shot. Ronda's chin is not horrible. I mean, especially, well, I mean, she does have that huge neck. She kind of ate that clean shot. That's kind of impressive. I don't even remember this. I mean, obviously when I watched it live. I didn't watch it like to analyze it frame by frame like this. I have to say that was kind of impressive. Ronda has a little bit of a chin. That was a clean shot from a professional kickboxer. Well, actually, wait a second. So, Holly Holm did... So, kickboxing and boxing. Yeah, both. So, she took a shot from a professional boxer. That was kind of weird how Holly just turned her back and ran out of there. I guess she was afraid of the clinch. Man, Ronda has like some of the worst footwork ever. You know what's crazy? I think that contributes to her success, like the Mark Twain quote. Ronda does everything so horrible. Like, who's prepared for the worst technique of all time? And the worst footwork and the most, like, discombobulated footwork? It kind of reminds me of Chuck Liddell a little bit, too, because Liddell, I was never a fan of Liddell. Yo, boy, you should chime in here. Chuck Liddell was also like a drunken brawler with solid power. And he was just unpredictable with his, like, discombobulated, slow style. Like, he seemed so slow, but he came at you with these weird angles. Very non-technical angles. Or you could call them technically non-technical. Like, if he did it on purpose, which I think he might have, unlike Ronda here. Your boy says, this was tougher than you think. When a professional like Holly is trying to predict what a professional would do, amateur Ronda does the total opposite. It can take time to adjust. Not just, I wouldn't even say opposite. It's almost like random movement. There's no rhyme or reason. It's just sheer, like, retard discombobulation. That was not a horrible punch. She really stretched for that one. But yeah, it's the timing. Like, Ronda's legs seem disconnected from her upper body, and the timing is just all whack. And it looks like that worked to her advantage her entire career. Because you can't find a fighter this bad and this discombobulated to train with to get the timing on, especially if you're afraid of a takedown. Oh, wow. Was that the one? Your boy says a young GSP cranked the hell out of Mayhem Miller's arm and Mayhem didn't tap. Can't remember if it broke. If I remember that fight, but I don't remember that. So it looks like there might have been multiple fights where that could have happened. But now that I looked at the Gina Cyborg fight again, I don't think Gina taps. Because she said this might, she's just taken the experience. This might be her last fight ever. I think she might not tap. If she breaks, even if she breaks her, if Ronda breaks her arm, Gina's still got another arm and 2 legs. She might, I would still say Carano probably wins even with a broken arm. I mean, unless the elbow's broken straight back, but, because then the ref will stop it. But if it's just dislocated, yet look at Ronda's timing is the most whack nonsense I've ever seen. And I think it totally works to her advantage. Pieced up. And she's got a decent chin. I mean, look at this. Her movement is just so whack. Like, she's just ducking for no reason. She's her timing, her legs and upper body are moving at different, like, as if they're not connected. There's, like, no rhythm. Look at that. There's no rhythm. I mean, I would just, she should probably just front kick down the middle, but, and leg kick, but, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's still taking candy from a baby at certain points, but the awkwardness of Ronda, that's definitely to Ronda's advantage. Your boy says, Chuck, meh. A lot of it was to pull guys into the right overhand. Chuck set traps Ronda's. Yeah, I think Chuck did it on purpose, so it was a little different. But I never liked that style. Because he also was not very athletic. He was one of the most unathletic fighters I've ever seen. He really looked like a drunken bar brawler. But yes, it looks like he intentionally set those traps. I mean, look at just the weirdness, the plotting, and the disconnected upper and lower body. She's getting pieced up. Wow! She got that shot, though. For some reason, like, yeah, she's just diving in like a 5th grader, just rushing forward to fight. I don't know why. Like, Holly looks nervous here. Why didn't she just counter her? Look at this. Ronda's head completely open. Midsection completely open. I don't know. I mean, like, Holly's in the middle of a scramble here, so she's in the middle of shifting her feet. I think she was just that scared of the clinch that she's getting out of there really quick. And that's because she could have possibly finished her right there. If she wasn't scrambling back and just unloaded a hard combo, that fight could have been over. I think she was just that scared of the clinch at that time. Yeah, Holly looks way too cautious. Okay, now here's the clinch. Who thinks Ronda's not going to be able to get to this position with Gina? I think she might, but look at... Because Ronda's used to slow, weak, part-time soccer moms. Now she's got a professional, full-time fighter here. Ooh, that was a decent knee. And she couldn't do anything. Wow. Ragdolled. Ragdolled. And I think Ronda broke mentally right here. I think Ronda knows the fight's over right there. But, yeah, I think Gina would have taken her for the takedown like she did on Cyborg, and she might actually finish Ronda with ground and pound. Your boy says Belfort also armbarred Jones really bad, and Jones didn't tap, went on to win. Was his arm broke, though? I don't remember that one. I do not remember that one. Your boy says Gina showed more will in that fight than Ronda did her entire career. Her entire life. I mean, if she had stuck with judo, she probably could have got a gold medal. Well, maybe not, because the sport was getting more popular, but if her mom, okay, if she trained properly, I mean, I don't know, because with like, even though she's like a short bus, unathletic, uncoordinated human, the fact that her mother, did she say her mother used to armbar her and wake her up in the middle of the night with an armbar? That kind of muscle memory, like, even if you're a short bus kid, you can possibly outwork, if your mother's doing that to you every night, you might be able to outwork more athletic and more talented individuals. Fair use here still. I mean, if you just look at the two of them, Holly obviously looks like a professional fighter. Ronda looks like she just started training at the local Y. Wait, did that actually land? Holy crap. Did that land? I can't tell. If it did, it had no effect, but... Wow, she's just randomly throwing her arms. Bink. Yeah, Ronda looks like some school, like, this looks like Ronda looks like a kid on the schoolyard just brawling. Zero head movement, zero technique, just throwing arms wildly. I wonder if Holly's ever been in like a bar fight or something. Like, does she have any ooh, textbook. Textbook right there. Ronda's got a decent chin. Ronda really does have a decent chin. I forgot how many shots she took. Oh, that was terrible. That was a hard shot right there. Oh. Wait, did that not like... What did she hit Ronda with? I can't tell here. Oh! Oh! Did that sneak under Ronda's arm? Ronda's head snapped back hard. I don't know, was that might have been partially Holly Holm's shoulder. I couldn't tell there, but that was pretty vicious. So now Ronda's got a clinch. Huh. Reversal there. She's clearly going from there. This might happen with Carano too. Call me crazy. Carano's ground game is better than Holmes. Oh, man. How did Holly get hit by that? How is Holly getting hit by all these, like, drunken punches? I think Ronda's known she's done for a while. Like, the demoralization from that first time she couldn't get her down, and then right there when she didn't get the armbar. Like, Ronda's so demoralized. Ooh, that was a nice kick. How the heck did Holly miss that? This fight's weird. I think Ronda's just incompetence really threw Holly off. And it might throw Gina off too. I mean, has Gina ever been in there with a striker this bad? But then again, there's a lot more tape to watch, especially this fight. I'm sure Gina's studied and her coaches have studied this fight endlessly. Yeah, Ronda looks like a schoolyard bully that finally picked on the wrong kid. Ooh. Taking candy from a baby there. Yeah, Gina's gonna light her up with the low kicks, I think. Yeah, Holly looks like she's finally getting her timing a little bit. Bink. And look at Holly's power. She's easily able to control Ronda's head there. Took a punch though. I actually thought Holly was right about to duck, spin around, and take the back. She could have easily done that. I mean, that high school kid did that easily to Ronda. Gina might do that. She was not afraid of grappling with Cyborg at all. Oh, man. Oh, it's kind of hard not to feel bad for Ronda. This is what outclassed looks like. I mean, how are you a professional fighter and you get hit by this? Look, neither one of them is doing anything. Bank. I mean, that's more embarrassing than I think I've ever seen. I mean, neither one. There's no scramble. They were both just standing there. And Holly just threw the most telegraphed straight of all time. Pink. Right down the middle. I don't know if I've ever seen something like that before. Gina's going to have a field day with her. You know what a great fight would be? Gina versus Holly. Holly hasn't been looking that good lately, though. And also keep in mind, Gina actually really hasn't taken damage. Even in the Cyborg fight, she didn't get knocked out. I mean, she took some damage, but a lot of that damage wasn't even to the head. I mean, look at that. Rousey's just flailing her arms as if she's never trained a day in her life on striking. I mean, look at these flails. These are like schoolyard flail. Look at that. The schoolyard flail. Bink. Yeah, Ronda's got nothing here. It looks like Holly's just trying to stay composed to not get overzealous and make a mistake. Bink! Yeah, it's just taking candy from a baby at this point. Bink! This is embarrassing. How can you call yourself a professional fighter, let alone a champion, and look like this? I mean, what a joke. What an absolute joke. Wait, did she just hit Holly there? Holly got the leg kick. I can't tell. It's hard to tell. Oh, wow. Easily took down Rousey. This is crazy. I forgot about all these moments. Holly's just having her way with Rousey on the feet and in the grappling. Yeah, man, the more I watched, the less of a chance Rousey appears to have against Gina Carano. Austin MP says, damn, I'm late as hell. Ronda will win via grappling, in my opinion. Have you not been paying attention? Ronda's getting easily out-grappled by Holly Holm, who's nowhere near as good of a grappler as Gina Carano. I don't think Gina would let her off the hook in that position either. I mean, this is just embarrassing. This is like an elementary school kid just flailing their arms at somebody. I mean, this is terrible. Look, how can you call yourself a professional fighter looking like that? I mean, this is embarrassing. For some reason, I don't think Gina is going to give her anywhere near the respect Holly did. I think Holly believed a little bit of the hype. Obviously, Holly knew she was going to win and Ronda's a fraud. But I think she believed a little bit of the hype. But now that Gina watched the fraud get exposed by both Holly and Nunes, I don't think Gina's going to give her any respect. Deservedly. I don't think Ronda makes it out of the first round. Like, Holly could have won this fight in the first 30 seconds. She just gave Ronda she was afraid of making a mistake and getting caught in an armbar. Gina's been training armbars longer than Holly, if I remember correctly. Let me double check the dates here. So Holly debuted in... Yeah, Holly didn't debut in MMA until 2011. Because she was boxing before that. Boxing and kickboxing. So yeah, I don't think... Yeah, because realistically, Holly could have just wrecked her in the first 30 seconds and finished her off. Because Nunes rightfully didn't give her any respect. I think the Gina fight is going to look closer to the Nunes fight. Was that after the bell?
Она пропустила очень много тяжеленных ударов. Последние секунды.
Yeah, he clearly stepped in. What a cheap shot.
UFC, легендами Эдмон Тарвердян, Роузи. Второй раунд. Ронда Роузи, Холли Холм. Бой за титул чемпионки UFC.
Ronda's still moving forward. You gotta hand it to her. She's getting lit up and destroyed, and she's still moving forward.
Промежутки между раундами Эдмон Тарвердян говорил.
Look how discombobulated she just looks. She's just it looks like she's just bouncing around randomly.
Прекрасно, все великолепно. Продолжай в том же духе. Лови ее на левый свой боковой. И мне не очень понятно. Тарвердян, он действительно считает, что...
That was one of the most hilarious moments in combat sports history. And even after that, look at how Ronda moves. She just... There's just no coordination there. It's like her legs always move separately from her upper body. That was hilarious. I mean, that's the definition of outclass. I think, yeah, Holly's kind of done showing her respect here.
Или это просто слова утешения, слова как бы, ну, подбадривания в адрес Ронды Роузи. Если дальше так будет продолжаться, то просто катастрофически может закончиться этот поединок для Ронды.
Oh, wow, that was humiliating as well. Boom, all over. Yeah, I mean, technically, Holly could have done that at the opening of the fight if she didn't respect her. Because it looks like right here, this is the moment it all changed. She felt Ronda's power, there's nothing there. She felt Ronda's grappling, nothing there. This was the moment just completely outclassed. She could have kind of came out in the fight with this attitude, and it wouldn't have lasted 30 seconds. Bink! Just landing at will. To Ronda's credit, she's still moving forward, but that's probably because she's too stupid to even understand what's going on. She's too stupid to know she should have never been in there. Bink! And then she face planted herself. Holly swats her. And then sets her up. Bink! And it's all over. So, there you have it. Yeah, after rewatching Gina Cyborg and Rousey home, yeah, this is probably going to be an absolutely one-sided beatdown. But it should be fun to watch, though. Thanks again, everybody, for joining us for another edition of MindShock Sports. Catch you guys next time.